Hey,
This
this
is
is Richthammer.
Richthammer. You are
Hearing
hearing
through
Death
Death Blow
Blow
Podcast.
Podcast.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Death Blow Podcast, the place where heavy music lives and breathes. I am your host, and today we've got something special for you. I want to introduce you to Richthammer, a crashing band straight from Austria that just dropped their brand new single. And trust me, you're going to want to hear what they have to say. But before we dive in, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss an episode. You can also catch the audio version on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and follow us on Instagram, Facebook and TikTok for exclusive content. Now, let's get into it. Here's my interview with Richthammer. Hello, welcome.
Hello.
Yes, welcome, guys. So, how are you?
Fine, thanks.
Alright, so today we are with Richthammer from Austria, and I'm so happy to have listened to your new single, which is impossible to me to pronounce because it's in German, so
Yeah.
I don't know how to pronounce it. You will be able to pronounce it better than me, so I am pretty sure about this. So let's start with the first question. How did you start playing together and where does the name Richthammer come from? I assume the name is Austrian, right?
Yes, the name is Austrian, and Austrian is a dialect from German, so it's a German name, and it's called Richthammer. And Richthammer, we currently founded it 2009.
Yeah.
And we made music before together, but 2009 we formed the project Richthammer, and the name was born. Yeah, that's how it went back then. Back then, 2009, we were pretty young. I think I was 17 or 16, something like
I
that.
got my car at this time, so yeah, 17.
Yeah, exactly. So we were really young at that time, and yeah, we were a fully autodidact band, so we had no support in any form back then in our younger days. So we learned everything step by step by ourselves. Yeah, and so yeah, that's a little thing I can say about that. Yeah.
And you're from Austria. How do you rate the metal scene there?
Yeah, the Austrian metal scene is not that big. It exists, and we have a lot of great bands here for any subgenre of the metal thing. We have a lot of great bands here in Austria, but the scene itself, it is not that big. But it lives and it does its thing. So yeah, we're lucky to have it, and yeah, some really true fans and followers who come to the concerts every time, and so yeah, always fun to play.
Okay, and I have noticed that you always been very active on live tours. You played as support for Dimmu Borgir, Rotten Christ and others. How did you feel about that?
Yeah, blessed. And yeah, they were great shows, and yeah, like the Dimmu Borgir, for example, we played on the same festival as Dimmu Borgir, and
Metal Days.
on Metal Days in Slovenia. Yeah, right. For sure, on festivals, you don't have that much connection to the other bands. That's more in the club concerts. And for sure, in club concerts we played, for example, with Tour or Moon Sorrow, and then you share the same backstage, and yeah, that's when you really start talking to each other. And yeah, and for sure, it's always great to have conversations with bands who are so. I'm so sorry. It's my English is. Yeah, we don't really we don't use English as often. We learned it back in in school, and that's it. Yeah, but we give our best. So yeah, it's always great to meet bands backstage and to talk to them and learn from each other. So for sure, it's great. It's a great thing. Yeah.
I think that it's a great memory to have shared some, even few words with them.
Yeah, exactly.
Taking some beers with the band.
Yeah, have some beer, maybe take a picture or something. Yeah, it's always great, but it could be more often, I would say. Yeah.
You're right. And what are the lyrics of your latest single about?
Our latest single is called Durchtrieb zur Qual. It's called in German, and it means I think something like through agony to pain.
Yeah.
I think you
Maybe
maybe translate it this way. And what it is about, we got inspired. The lyrics are inspired by, there are some insects where the male gets eaten after the lucky part from the female. Maybe you know that from the Gottesanbeterinnen, das sind
The
die
Godseeker bug.
Godseeker
I
bug.
think it's
maybe?
called Godseeker.
Godseeker bug. You know the Godseeker bug?
No.
The insect?
No,
So, yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, so yeah, but in the animal life there are some insects where the male gets eaten.
Mantis.
The mantis.
Mantis.
For example, the mantis. So the male mantis gets eaten after he had his pleasure. So this was maybe the inspiration for this song, for us to think about that yeah, it always can be that you suffer from your ambitions. Yeah,
Wow.
so that's, yeah.
That's interesting. It's a very good metaphor.
So yeah, so for this we always just sit together after rehearsal and think about, okay, what could be the next song about? And so you have to make something up, and in the black metal scene, it's important to be as dark and more beat as it gets. So we then try to get inspired by something maybe that really exists, and then make a story about that. Yeah. Just like that.
Are you working on a new album at the moment?
Yeah, sure. So the two songs that were released, one this year, Durchtrieb zur Qual, and last year there was Parasitismus, and so these two songs belong to our upcoming album, and we hope to release it early 2027. Yeah, that's what we are looking forward to. But you never know what nevertheless, as it is. If you're too ambitious, often there's some suffering to bear with. Yeah.
And what are your sources of inspiration for your songs?
Yeah, as I said before, we always try to come up with something that's as crazy as it gets, and the craziest things you can find are in real life. So just open your eyes, look around, and maybe look a little closer, and you will find a lot of good material for a great album.
Yeah, that's happened many times, to many bands, to find something that will be really inspiring, looking around something that happened and in your life, and you find the inspiration about it. So I totally
Exactly.
understand that.
Exactly, yeah.
And do you have a label at the moment?
No, we had well, our first album came with the label, but just with a small indie label in Austria, based in Austria, and currently no, there's no label. Let's see, maybe there will be someone who is willing to work with us together.
Yeah, I really hope for you guys because I see the potential, and especially in this last single, I could see that there is something there.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you. We're working really hard, and we're trying to give our best, and maybe we will find someone who is willing to help us get our music to the people out there. Yeah, that would be great.
How much has your sound changed from Ascheland to today?
A lot. Asheland, when was it?
2018.
18. So, yeah, the release.
The release, yeah.
The release. But the songwriting and the whole procedure went on many years before, about, I don't know, 5 years or something like that. As I told you before, we were quite young back then and had to learn everything by ourselves. And Asheland was our first experience with a professional producer where we really dug deep into the sound thing. Poorly, our producer for Asheland was our first producer, and we were his first extreme metal band. So not only did we learn a lot from him, so also did he learn a lot from us. And the final product, Asheland, we're happy with it because we learned a lot of it, but sound technically it's not our favorite thing. So for the upcoming album, we got together with Victor Bullock. He is the man behind Dark Fortress, German black metal band, or maybe you know Triptychon or Celtic Frost.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the guitar player there and the mastermind behind those bands, and we are so happy to have him for our upcoming album to be our producer. And yeah, you can hear it on the 2 songs we released the last months, that there's a big sound difference between Asheland and the new stuff, and yeah, we like it a lot.
Wow. How is to work with an important person like Triptychon, you know, and all that?
It's crazy. It's really crazy because I can remember back in the days when I was, I don't know, 16 years old, and we started the whole Richthammer stuff. On my way to school, I was listening his music, and now I'm sitting with him in his studio and working on my music. That's really something hard to
Believe.
Yeah, to believe. Yeah, hard to find words and hard to believe. Yeah, but it's really cool, and it's always interesting and funny when you learn those people, when you get to know each other. And for sure you have some expectations how this person could be if you have listened to his music for, I don't know, 15 years or something or more, and enjoyed it every time. And then yeah, it's kind of an idol from us, and it's really interesting how these people then are, how they are in real life. Yeah, and that's always a great thing, I think. And yeah, we like each other. I hope he likes us too.
I really hope that. And I wish you all the best for it. And
I think he does.
I noticed your music video and I have to say it's really beautiful. I also try my hand at making videos for my channel, not only the podcast but also my personal one. And many people have told me that I'm really good at making them. So that's congratulations for that video.
Thank you very much. You should send a link so we can watch a video of you from you.
Absolutely. Okay.
Yeah.
And so what can you say more about this music video?
The last music video.
Yes, yes.
It was cold. That's the first thing what comes to my mind. Yeah, because we did it in winter. I think we shot it. We had shooting in January. Yeah, January. Out in the woods for the half thing, and yeah, that was quite cool. What can I say? The videos we're making with an old school friend of mine. He studied media video thing, and so he's our guy for those things. We have all the work with the
location and decoration.
Yeah, the whole Regie. In German it's called Regie. I don't know. So we have to come up with the story and all the equipment and all the directors. The directors work. The directors work is on us, but my friend, he's the one with the camera, and he also makes the post-production of the videos. And yeah, we're always really happy with the outcome from our videos. Because the budget, we don't have that much budget for videos left, so it's a lot on us that the videos look the way that they look, and it's all self-made, and yeah, always a lot to do with videos.
Yeah, totally correct. And when did you realize that the music was part of your life?
Yeah, for me, I have to say I first came in touch with music as a 7-year-old, I think. And the completely classical way, just go to music school as a kid. You want to learn some instrument. Back then I learned the piano for 1 year. Then I switched with 8 years from the piano to the saxophone and went on with the saxophone for, till now actually. And when I was 14, I started playing guitar. And yeah, so I came in touch completely classical as a child in music school. And the other guys from the band, they are they're more autodidact and just rocking.
Now we all, I think, started about 14 years with the instruments we're playing now in the band, and in my case I started with the bass guitar and got my first band before I meet Flo at Richthammer. And yeah, I think when you started your first band, that was the point in life where we had a lot of fun and this energy, and so we decided to go this way with music, making music.
And what are the future plans for the band?
The future plans for the band are that this year we'll release some bits and pieces of our upcoming album. And as I mentioned earlier, our goal is with the new album to release it early 2027. Beside that, our goals are playing a lot of great shows, I would say.
Yeah, trying to get more festivals, going outside of Austria.
Yeah.
Conquer the world, I don't know.
Getting more fans, show our music to as many people as possible. Yeah, that's our goals for the next time.
How important is to be consistent in music?
To be consistent, it means to work constantly
Yeah.
on music. Yeah, for music itself, I think that's the most philosophically question. I would say for music itself, it's not important because music will be ever. Music is ever there because music is part of our deeply deep connections to the earth as human beings, I would say. So for music itself, the consistency is not that important. For a band, if you have a band and you want to reach something with that band, to become, I don't know, whatever with that band, for sure it is extremely important to be consistent. That's why those 2 Corona years were this tragic for many people in the art scene, because there was
No shows.
no shows. There was a forced break. So that was hard time. We made our best of it privately. So one of us got married in those years, and we built houses for us and provided ourselves privately, but for the band it was not that great. Yeah. So if you have a band, then you should be definitely consistent about it. Yeah.
What would you change in the metal scene?
Oh,
Yeah,
hard
no, it's a hard
question.
one.
That's a really hard one because the first thing I think everybody comes to mind when it comes to being part of a band, it would be really nice if there would be more money, so bands get more paid at shows and yeah. But on the other side, if you have more money in this scene, I think the spirit suffers. So it's a really hard one. I would say just leave it as it is.
And add something to finish this interview, something you would want to say to the public.
Yeah, sure. Stay tuned. Just check us out. Check us out. Come check our social medias. Check our homepage. Come to our shows. Check our music on Spotify and wherever else. Watch our videos and enjoy. And hopefully we see us someday on a show and have a drink together. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye. And that's a wrap on today's episode. Huge thanks to Richthammer for joining us. Go check out their new single. The link is down in the description. If you enjoyed this episode, show some love. Like, share and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. Audio version on Spotify and Apple Podcast. More content on Instagram, Facebook and TikTok. See you in the next one. Stay heavy.